Today's guest comes from Hamburg, PA, where she played for Hamburg Area High School. In high school, she was a four-time MVP, two-time All-State selection, and a regional All-American in her senior year. She then went on to play college field hockey at UConn, where she won two NCAA championships. She was a 2015 and 2017 All-NCAA tournament team selection, as well as a 2017 third team All-American. Her first international cap came on February 7th, 2020 against Argentina, and her 50th cap came on November 3rd, 2023 against Chile. She was a part of the team that earned a silver medal at the Pan American Games and the silver medal in the 2024 FIH Olympic qualifier, and she is on the squad for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Please welcome to the Players Corner, Karlie Kisha.
All right, now that we got the awkward part out of the way, I always say it's a little awkward just reading, like hearing people talk about you.
So first fan question comes from Mackenzie, who asks, do you have a pregame routine?
Um, yeah, so usually pregame we have like our last briefing before the game, and as soon as that briefing goes, I like to write down right after the meeting, I like to write down what my three things I'm going to work on. They're usually three very simple things and just things I need to focus on. And then after that, we usually have enough time, go shower, get ready, get everything done, listen to music. I have to laugh because I do listen to Hell's Bells by AC/DC, and I have a bracelet, or my teammates made me a bracelet about it. And then right before I leave, I just do a final look at my notes for the game. And then from there, it's kind of just go to the field and have a good time.
So next question is Ellie asks, what was your favorite part about being on UConn's team?
Oh, okay. I had the best time at UConn. My favorite part was definitely just the women that I got to play with. I have two of them ended up being in my wedding. I still talk to a lot of people from UConn. They're literally my best friends. So I have to say, off pitch, we had a great time, and it was so fun, and the culture there was so amazing, and the team was things I'll cherish forever. But obviously, winning the two national championships, going to four Final Fours was up there as well.
Sophie asks, how much time does the team train each week?
So that kind of just varies per week. Right now, we're going obviously with Olympic prep. We're doing a lot. Like for example, this week we're going 6 days a week. Usually it's about 5 days a week, between like 3 to 4 hours per day. And now that varies within those 3 to 4 hours. That'd be like meetings and lifts, conditioning. It's not just we're doing 4 hours of field hockey every single day, because that'd be a little crazy.
Alrighty, so now we're going to move into the actual questions. So we split this up into like kind of sections. So the first section is background, which is like actually like kind of on topic today. Never on topic. So our favorite question to ask people that all the players don't really like is, can you describe yourself without mentioning field hockey?
Like hobbies wise, or like what I
Yeah,
do?
like a hobbies, personality, whatever you want.
Oh, that is hard, I guess. I do coach as well. Well, outside of hockey, I really love the outdoors. So my husband and I, and our dog, we do a lot of stuff. We hike, we bike, we ski, we camp. So I guess outside, I feel like I'm very outdoors, very active person.
You were a part of a UConn team that was peaking, had a lot of success during your time there. Do you think there was anything specific that contributed to the team's success while you were there?
Yeah, I mean, let alone our talent. I don't think we were the most talented. We did have a lot of talent, but I think our team culture and just how cohesive we were as a unit, and I can kind of relate some of those things now to how well we're doing on the US team, and how amazing our culture and how far it's come, and what that actually means and how it relates to on pitch. But I think again, just that culture, having the right people at the right time, and just having people that you you just want to run through a brick wall for, and enjoy the whole process while doing it.
So during your time at UConn, you won 2 national championships and played in 4 Final Fours. Is there a year that stands out to you as being your favorite, or like the one that you enjoyed the most?
My senior year for sure. We went undefeated that year as well. I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking of it, but that Final Four and just the confidence, and we just didn't see it happening any other way, and we weren't going to let it happen any other way.
After graduating from UConn, you coached at Villanova for 3 years.
Mhm.
Did being on the sidelines teach you anything about the game that has like helped improve you playing wise?
For sure. I think going from a player to coach and then now back to playing has brought me so much more insight, and it's kind of weird to think about it, but honestly it's simplified the game, because I think I just have a more understanding, because I had to think tactically as a coach, and then coming into this, and yeah, I just think it honestly simplified a lot of things, and just more priorities, like thinking of things like, for example, for us on the US team right now, like our biggest thing is to have defensive structures that are really set in stone and that we can fall back on, our principles. So really just simplifying the game and then being able to perform our game plan.
I always like whenever I talk to younger players, I'm always like, if you could coach or if you could umpire, because they get mad when I say ref on here. Um, but if you could like look at the game from another perspective, it always gives you like really good insights. I feel like some of the best players also coach.
Mhm.
So you're one of 5 Berks County players on the roster. So what does it mean to be able to represent Berks County and play with some people you may have grown up playing against, whether in high school or club?
No, it's amazing. I mean, I think Ashley Hoffman and I might be, I think she might be the only one I played against, because everyone else, I'm pretty old. But it was cool when we were growing up and we were playing Twin Valley, which is where Ash and Kelly, well, I guess I did play against Kelly too. We were kind of rivals in our division and whatnot. So it is really cool to just see where we came from, and to just be at the highest level of our sport. Yeah, it's a really cool experience.
Slightly off topic. What club did you play for?
High sticks.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. This kind of goes off that like a little bit too. Whether it be through playing college, high school, or club, is there someone that you currently play with on the national team that you like hated playing against like growing up because like, oh, they were like so good or something like that?
It would probably have to be Ashley Hoffman, because that was in high school. That was our main rival. It's really funny because like my mom or our moms will see pictures like old in Berks County. There's a paper that's Reading Eagle, and there's old pictures of us going against each other, and it's like Hoffman versus High Stand. So it's just really
That's so
it's
funny.
funny to look back now.
I think it's a Berks Instagram account posted a news article that you guys were in the other day, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna kind of move into national team, but like pre-2023. That's
Okay.
a generalization on the years. You've participated in the Pro League practically since it started. How has the Pro League changed throughout the last few seasons?
So I joined Pro League. I was on just for a couple months before COVID hit. So it was a little different in like 2021. But then after that, once fans got to get into it, once like our team started to get better and whatnot, Pro League has really been so fun to play in, to like play in other countries, get that atmosphere. And we're not just playing friendlies, we're playing for something. So yeah, Pro League's been really cool to be a part of.
When the team decided to centralize, was the decision an automatic yes for you to go to Charlotte, or did you take some time to consider moving there?
It was an automatic yes. I mean, this Olympic dream has been my dream for forever, and that's what it was going to take. So, There was no real hesitation. I was luckily enough, my husband wanted to move down with me as well to make that all easier. So it's a pretty easy yes for me.
So this team has had many players and staff go in and out throughout the past couple of years. Do you
Mhm.
think that the current team is more stable in a sense than it previously has been?
Yes, and I agree with that. And I was brought on in the middle of the like a lot of turnover of staff and players. So yes, and the fact that we've been in this location for as long as we had, almost 3 years now, and then to also have a coach that's been here for almost 2 years, and then people have been centralized for about a year. So this is definitely the most stable we have been since I've been on the team.
I know they're slowly adding the men's to the centralization, although they're in California right now, but they're hiring new coaches. So
Mhm.
you gotta, work with what you have. But I'm happy to see that they're really like going full in on the centralization, especially ahead of 2028, which is gonna be pretty big Olympics for us. I don't know where she just went. All right, so Jill has disappeared because she lost power. Not really sure what's happening there, but we're just gonna keep moving on. Okay, so we're gonna move on to kind of the current national team, like the last couple of years. So, when Passmore was hired, what was kind of like the first meeting with him like for the team?
Wow, that was so long ago. It was back in
Yeah, I
uh
love how I'm like the team now. Like it's not really now anymore.
no, yeah, it's been a lot in these last 2 years, so it's hard to think. But yeah, when he first got hired, we were super excited. I remember we were on a Zoom call with Simon, and he introduced him to our whole team, and yeah, we were just really excited to start a new chapter. And with it being two years out from Paris, it was all just very exciting and kind of ready to go.
So this team went into the Olympic qualifiers as kind of an underdog. Definitely not, being expected to beat India on our home turf, on their home turf.
Mhm.
And now we're going into this Olympics also kind of as an underdog. Do you think that the underdog mindset affects this team?
Um, in a way, I think in a very positive way. It kind of gives us like a nothing to lose, everything to prove. Um, and yeah, we are after qualifying, after like you said, being India, and arguably the most important game, one of the most important games in our career, um, on their home turf really has given us the confidence and maybe a little swagger, to really kind of take away that underdog. Like we're meant to be here. We're meant to be playing against these top teams. Um, but yeah, we do have this mindset also going into these Olympics. Yes, we're an underdog, but that means that people don't know what we're capable of, and we know what we're capable of. So we're ready to go.
Yeah, I think that going out with the win against Great Britain was kind of like a really good way to go out of the Pro League because even though we got regulated, like it showed like, hey, don't count us out. Like we actually like we are very good. We're here for a reason.
Mhm.
And I think that it was just a really good like last taste before the Olympics to like leave the public with, especially on their home turf.
Yep, for sure.
Do you think that there has been any cultural shifts around field hockey, like as a sport, during your time with the national team?
I think like for our country and
Yeah.
in general, yeah. So for our country, yes, especially this past 6 months, of how well we were doing at Pan Am's, and of us qualifying. I think there is like this huge shift, and like we can even feel a national team, the support has been amazing post qualifying, and there's definitely this whole shift, and we have a lot of people backing us, a lot of people like this asking us questions, which is amazing. And if anything, hopefully this will continue to grow the support and continue to grow the game, so that we can get back to being on the world stage.
What's it called? I've seen so many TikToks in the last like 2 weeks of people being like, I can't wait for the Olympics to watch really obscure sports I've never heard of. And they're using field hockey as their example, which is offensive to me. However, people are watching.
Yeah. Hey, I agree. And it's honestly offensive to like the rest of the world where like field hockey is arguably like the top 2, top 3 sport played.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the third most popular sport in the
yeah,
world.
exactly. So yeah.
So it's offensive, but people are like, well, Kylie Kelsey plays it. And I'm like, I guess a win is a win.
Yep. We'll take it.
What is something you wish people knew about this Olympic team and the journey to qualify?
Hmm. Well, I hope people understand that for us to qualify, we did spend 7 weeks in India, and that people should know that we didn't have a single fight or anything amongst us athletes because we all banded together and needed to get through that tough time. Um, but yeah, that we've been through obviously a lot, and like you talked earlier, we've been through a lot with a lot of turnover of athletes and coaches, and moving down here, centralizing even when we are down here. Um, moving from a field to a lift was a drive, and just a lot of the stuff that we've been able to overcome to get here is honestly, when I look back at it, sometimes I'm like, I can't believe we actually did it. And I'm just really proud of the group that we did do that.
Um, so there is obviously a pretty big age gap between some of the players. I mean, I know Sessa just played her last ever game as a teenager, which is kind of terrifying. Um,
Yeah.
how do you guys kind of maintain this, like, how do you maintain relationships with such a big age gap on this team?
That's a really good question, and it surprises me all the time that we do. Because we are also like pretty close to one another. Yes, and Sessa, I cannot believe she's still 19 soon. It's her birthday coming up. She's already been talking about it with us. Um, but no, I think what we do a good job of is honestly just seeing everyone as equals and like talking to everyone and making sure everyone feels like very, very included, and there's no hierarchy, there's none of that. Like, I'm the second oldest on the team, and I talk to Ashley Sessa all the time. Like, we goof around all the time. But yeah, like seeing this more as like a family dynamic than like some sort of hierarchy. And then we're just a bunch of women out there having a good time.
So for the Olympic roster, how did they tell the athletes that you guys made the roster?
We got a letter via Teams on Monday. We knew exactly when it was coming. And that's how we found out.
Okay. In previous years, I think it might have been Rachel Dawson talked about it, that they like had them go into rooms, like into meetings, and I'm like, I think I would actually like throw up freaking out about that. Like that
Yeah.
seems like my worst nightmare. Um, so what was kind of your reaction? Were you like surprised? Like, yeah, how'd it go?
I was very happy. Um, yeah, no, just kind of a very overwhelming feeling of gratitude, excitement, and just like fulfilling to know that again we put up so much time into this sport, and moving down here, and again moving my husband down here and being far away from family and friends. But even though no matter what, I knew I was going to be very grateful for this choice and for this experience, and all the fun, and all the excitement and everything we have done and have accomplished. But this is just like the icing on the cake. It just yeah, just very, very grateful, very proud, and just really, really excited.
Has it kind of sunk in yet that this is real and that you're going to be an Olympian, or is it still kind of feel fake right now?
It does still kind of feel fake. I was actually talking to Kelsey Bing today about this, and we're like, oh my gosh, like we actually like did this. We were here. So no, I don't know when it'll sink in. But yeah, not yet.
Yeah, I've learned that you're apparently not considered Olympians until you step foot on the field for the first time,
Mhm.
which to me seems like a dumb clarification, but it is a clarification. Um, so maybe that's when it will sink in. I feel like it's probably going to be like when you guys are singing the national anthem before the first
Mhm.
game, because I feel
Mhm.
like that's usually when it winds up sinking in that like, oh wait, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to most at the Olympics?
Um, Honestly, the village, just seeing so many people from all over the world, and they're all like elite athletes. They're all there trying to do the same thing that you are, and just being a part of that. I mean, we saw it at Pan Am's. We got a little taste of it at Pan Am's, but now we get to be there for the Olympics. So I think I'm really excited for the village and just everything that comes along with that.
Kind of going off that, who's someone from another Olympic team, whether a US team or another country that you want to meet in the Olympic Village?
Oh my goodness. Well, I know some trials are still going on right now, but I mean, Katie Ledecky did just
Oh my
qualify.
God, that performance.
Amazing. Um, but yeah, honestly, just like anyone, I know the men's basketball team, they will probably not be there, but that's a stacked roster. That would be really cool. But I feel like Simone Biles and yeah, just a lot, honestly, anyone. I think that's like the coolest part is when you go there, you're all there and you're all wearing the same thing and like the same wearing the same team. I don't know if that makes sense. And it's just like I'm so excited. I'm so excited to experience that.
Yeah, they have this really cool tradition that I feel like no one actually knows about other than like 2020 TikTok. That like everyone gets pins to trade and you get to trade with other teams. I have like an actually like a relatively big collection of field hockey pins, which is kind of weird. But like I feel like that would be like so cool getting to like trade pins with the rest of the girls and stuff, especially
Mhm.
from like some of these other countries that like maybe I don't want to say you've never heard of, but like you've never even thought to travel to and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, is any of your family planning on traveling to Paris to go watch you play?
Yeah, my husband will be there. My parents will be there. My sister unfortunately can't. She's gonna be 6 months pregnant or seven
Oh
months
wow.
pregnant. Yeah. So excited for her. But yeah, I have other friends that are coming over. They're from UConn, if you're wondering. But yeah, it's gonna be really exciting just to have them be there for this moment.
And then the last question before the fun questions is this is like very looking ahead. So you now join a list of UConn field hockey alum who went to the Olympics. That includes Tracy Fuchs, Melissa Gonzalez, and Diane Maddle. I always say her last name wrong, who are now all head coaches at pretty successful programs. Given your time coaching at Villanova, do you think that coaching is going to be in your future?
Yes, for sure. First of all those women are amazing. And being coached by Tracy Fuchs right now is so awesome. But yes, yeah, I really do enjoy coaching and it's definitely will be in my future.
I got the chance to meet Diane this weekend at an event, and she's just like so cool. And then I know Melissa because Sacred Heart plays at Yale, so I've met her a couple of times, and I'm like, that is just like such an epic lineup of alumni to have.
Hmm.
Like that's just it's a goated list. All right,
Yeah.
so now we're gonna move into the rapid fire fun questions, even though all the questions are fun. So since you're from Pennsylvania, we do have to ask, Wawa or Sheets?
Wawa.
What's your order?
Um, Honestly, I just get like a normal sandwich, like a ham sandwich, nothing crazy.
Who on the team is your favorite person to room with?
To room with, I'm gonna say Emma.
All right. Do you have any game day superstitions or routines?
Yes, I have to listen to Hell's Bells live by AC/DC.
Well, the next question is what's on your game day playlist?
Oh,
Gonna guess
Hell's
same
Bells.
answer?
Yep, yep.
All right. What's your favorite restaurant or coffee shop in Charlotte?
Oh, there's this taco place called Cabo Fish Taco that my husband and I like to go to. It's pretty good.
Okay, and then our last question is, who's your all-time favorite athlete from any sport?
Probably Michael Phelps. I was a swimmer growing up and just, yeah, loved following along with him. I did like book reports on him, like stuff like that,
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I did the same thing with a bunch of soccer players, so
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel that.
Okay.
So that does it for us. Thank you so much, Karlie, for joining us. We're going to head into the post show now.
Thank you so much, Karlie, for joining us. It was so much fun interviewing her, and we're so happy to be back for the last couple of episodes. We have right now we have 4 episodes left, possibly 5, of the series. The Olympic roster was named last week, and we're so excited for all of the girls who made it. Sorry for our brief hiatus, just with the Olympic roster being named, and then also some family stuff happened. We just didn't have episodes for the last 2 weeks, but we are back and in business. Next week's guest is going to be Allie Hamill. We have already had our fan questions pull up because we filmed her yesterday, yesterday. But we will have Brooke DeBerdine's question sticker up on Instagram today and tomorrow because we're filming it on Monday. And then we'll also be having Emma DeBertadine, and then Megan Balzones is going to be more towards July. But yeah, thank you to Skills Machine for sponsoring this video. We still have a giveaway going on that no one has entered, so make sure you check it out. It's on my Instagram. And yeah, that does it for us. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.